Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. And we have with us again a man of men, someone who knows a thing or two about the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and what have been robbed from us, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, thanks for being here. You have an article coming out tomorrow. And I got to tell you, I am sick and damn tired of this shit spewing out of this clown boy's mouth. Again, one after another. Trump. Hey, I'm the president. I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what to do. I mean, this is a lot of crap. We live in a dictatorship. And you have an article coming out tomorrow. What the founders feared. The means of defense against foreign danger have been always the instruments of tyranny at home. And that's exactly what we have. You go on to say America today would terrify the founding fathers. I got to stop right there. It terrifies me. It terrifies anybody with an open brain. You go on to say armed troops roam the streets. Heil Hitler, put on your mask. Beat up anybody you want for any reason. I will tell you what to do. I am your president. Anyway, in major cities, masked government agents arrest people without probable cause and disrupt the public speech that the president hates. That the president hates. I hate the president. How about that? Anyway, and fears. And the president kills foreigners on the high seas whom he says might commit crimes should their small speedboats miraculously make it 1,500 miles to the United States.
I had a great man on yesterday who he wrote me a letter, literally an old-fashioned letter in the mail. He's the sheriff of Santa Cruz County, Arizona. But before he was the sheriff, he spent 25 years in the Drug Enforcement Administration, and he was one of the senior supervising agents. Did he blast the daylights out of Trump for killing people? He said in his years, if anybody shot at a drug dealer who was not engaged in violence, that person would have been prosecuted for attempted murder. And now we have the president murdering these people. He just was absolutely terrific. He also told me there's no question but that the CIA was involved in running drugs from Mexico to the United States, that he and his team personally arrested a CIA agent, and the CIA broke into the jail to try and get their guy out, and they didn't succeed. He was absolutely marvelous, but it was terrifying, as you've just pointed out, that the president can kill whoever he wants. He also told me that those boats can't go more than 50 miles, meaning they'd have to stop for refueling 25 times before they could make it to the United States. They're pleasure boats. They're not boats that you would use to transport something 1,500 miles. He also said that the procedures are very, very clear for DEA, for Coast Guard, and for Navy. You cannot stop a boat on international waters. You can only stop it in territorial waters of the United States, and you have to have probable cause to do so. And carrying drugs is not a capital offense. The president can't kill these people. So he was absolutely terrific. It's dreadful what's going on. The article talks about these other things as well. So one of the things that I discovered in my research is that, watch my hand. If you go like this, like you're high-fiving to a ICE agent, and they take a picture with the software that the federal government has given them, they have your fingerprint, your facial structure, and your iris structure. Iris structure in the eyes is unique to every individual, like fingerprints. They can't get that legally without a search warrant. But if they come up to you in the streets and wave at you and you wave back or just look at them, they get all this information on their own in utter and complete violence of the Fourth Amendment. That's what Donald Trump has visited upon us. And of course, they do their arrests with masks on to terrify the victims, and so that the victims cannot identify them in court because they had masks on when they were arrested. There is no city, town, or state police department that authorizes wearing of masks. Only the feds.
It's disgusting. And again, drug dealers, you mean what they call how about big pharma? How about those drug dealers?
Right.
Yeah, those are the drug dealers. Don't forget to get that Operation Warp Speed injection. Remember that one that Trump sold? Yeah. Operation Warp Speed. Oh, how much did Pfizer make on that? How many tens of billions and billions and billions?
You know, it's even worse than that. Not only did Pfizer make hundreds of millions of dollars, but the government enacted legislation which Trump signed that immunized them, meaning if you got sick and died from the injection, you can't sue Pfizer.
Yeah.
And you can't sue the government. It was reprehensible what happened in those days, and they cowed hundreds of millions of Americans into doing this. Yep. I was at Fox at the time, and Fox basically said, get an injection or don't come to work, and show us the proof of the injection.
How disgusting. How disgusting. A little goddamn clown tells you what to do. Hey, you get that shot, all right? Or you don't come to work. America. This is no America. This is a damn dictatorship.
That's why I wrote the article to demonstrate how far we have come from the Constitution that Madison gave us. The framers wouldn't recognize, forget about technology and buildings and all that, but just in terms of personal freedom, the framers simply wouldn't recognize the country that as it has evolved. But I must tell you, I agree with everything you're saying. The leaps and bounds away from freedom and toward authoritarianism under this presidency are greater and more pronounced than anything I have seen in my life. And I have been, like you, been monitoring this for 50 years since I graduated from law school.
Yeah, I'm only at it for 45.
You stinker. You're claiming you're younger than I am. I still love you.
I mean, you were ahead of me thinking. Back then, I was killing environmental legislation when I was the chief government affairs specialist for the chemical industry. Yeah, I just didn't start growing up until my early 30s. You have the subtext of the Madisonian model was that the feds need the permission of the states or the people to do nearly anything. Safety was left to the states, and there'd be no troops on the streets as colonists from Boston to Charleston had endured with British soldiers. And the Fourth Amendment, guaranteeing the right to be left alone, would apply to all persons and keep the government away from the people's persons, houses, papers, and effects without search or arrest warrants. But 120 years later, the Madison model has been discarded.
We now have the Wilsonian model, named after Woodrow Wilson, which basically says the federal government can do whatever there's a political will for, except for the express prohibitions in the Constitution. It's a radical expansion. I've often argued that as bad as FDR was, we wouldn't have even had an FDR had we not had Wilson. Wilson changed the vector of the country from small government to big government in his horrible, miserable 8 years in office. But without getting too personal about him, the states have no say anymore. The people have no say anymore. The Congress is totally co-opted by the people that finance their campaigns, and almost all of their campaigns have been financed by the Zionist billionaires who put Israel above the United States. When Chuck Schumer, whose office is right across the street from mine, occasionally I see him on the street, he always says hello to me, his New York City office. When Chuck Schumer was asked why he did not endorse the now very popular mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani, he said, because I have to put Israel first.
Could you imagine?
Israel
Hey,
first.
get the hell out of here. Go
Right.
to Israel, you little. Hey, I'm Chucky Schumer. My glasses are always like that. I'm a stupid piece of crap. All right? Hey, freaky. You support Israel first. Anybody that puts Israel first, go to Israel and get the hell out of here.
Well, he's basically saying his loyalty to Israel is superior to his loyalty to his consumers, to his constituents. I mean, he's the senior senator from the third most populous state in the union, the state of New York, the center of the country's finances and media. And he's basically saying, I don't care about the needs of New York. I'm going to put Israel ahead of it.
Oh, remember the bullshit that they kept going out with as Israel keeps slaughtering all these innocent people? Israel has the right to defend itself. How about that shit that they keep spewing out? Where's the outrage? They're still slaughtering Palestinians every day. Bombs away over Lebanon. Oh, they call Hezbollah a terrorist group. Oh, you mean the Lebanese people that threw Israel the hell out of Lebanon in 2006 after they had invaded it for about 20 years and kept stealing property? Why? We can steal anything we want. God gave us this land. You shove that crap up your ass. I'm tired of this shit.
Tucker
Carlson. It's stealing our money to do it. That's the other thing. So
Tucker
everybody go to work. I want your money so I can give it to Israel to keep killing people.
Man, you're 100% correct. Tucker Carlson points out that as dangerous as the Zionist oligarchs are, their Christian nationalist enablers are as well, because they subscribe to this Mike Huckabee nonsense that God the Father gave Benjamin Netanyahu Israel 3,000 years ago. I mean, this is laughable. You can't even say it with a straight face. But Tucker is right, because this ideology predominates in the Republican Party. It is openly embraced, never mind Huckabee, by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, who's third in line to the presidency and has enormous power. He sincerely believes this nonsense.
Well, I'm a clown. You look at this guy, a clown right in front of your eyes. A little jerk of nothing. Nothing. And going back to Trump, how about this other laws that you're passing about? You have in your article about what you can say about in September, Trump directed federal agents to disrupt speech that is anti-Christian, anti-capitalism, or un-American. And how about anti-Semite? Look what he did to all these college students in colleges.
Right. He restructured financial aid radically in order to coerce the colleges to punish students who stood on college property and waved Palestinian flags.
Yeah.
Absolutely protected speech.
And now
he forced Columbia University, which has a large Palestinian and a large Jewish population, to punish those students who wave Palestinian flags and call for a two-state solution. I would wave a Palestinian flag and call for a two-state solution and defy them to arrest me.
And now what's he do? Look what he just did to that woman from ABC. He said, "Quiet, piggy."
Wow.
Yeah. And he's going after ABC because of his support for that guy, the prince over here from Saudi Arabia.
Well, the prince that ordered a reporter for the Washington Post to be butchered, literally, to be cut up with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
A bone saw. in pieces small enough to carry his body out in a suitcase. This is disgusting, but this is what happened. And Donald Trump's CIA, this happened in 2019 when he was 17 when he was president. Donald Trump's CIA said the prince ordered it. Yesterday, Trump said the prince didn't know anything about it, and who are you to embarrass him? Embarrass him? Wait a minute. He brought this on himself. The press corps is not there to be obsequious toward the president and whoever is with him. The press is there to challenge them. That's what this young woman did.
And now he's going after ABC.
Well, he's not going to get the first base on that, but he is going to cause them to spend a lot of money on legal fees.
Yeah. And it'll shut them up in a lot of different ways, too, because they'll be afraid to keep going. There's no, again, everybody go to Judging Freedom. The people the judge has there. And again, subscribe to the Trends Journal magazine. We're giving you what nobody else does. There's no journalism anymore. The bigs own everything. They own everything. And now you got this guy Ellison, this pro-Zionist that owns Paramount and CBS, and now maybe CNN.
I don't think he's
Barry Weiss.
I know the people that are bidding against him for CNN. I don't think he's going to get it. I hope not. But Barry Weiss and Ben Shapiro, if you really want to raise your blood pressure, get the clips of the two of them last weekend at some Jewish gathering here in New York City. These two clowns are actually in favor of suppressing the speech that you and Tucker Carlson and I and the people that are watching us now and agree with us have uttered.
Yeah, no, it's disgusting what's going on.
Very dangerous times.
Just terrible. And it's only getting worse. Again, this guy, this Trump, he's nothing more than a dictator. The arrogance that he has and how he, imagine calling a woman piggy. Oh, and how about this other clown boy? Do you remember the former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers? Now he's resigning. What, because he was screwing little chicks under the Epstein thing? I don't know exactly what he did. Oh, but now he's resigning? Oh, the Epstein files that the brother, Mark Epstein, says that they probably redacted most of the names from it?
We'll see what comes out. I predicted this morning on Newsmax that there will be huge redactions.
Yep.
Larry Summers is also the former president of Harvard University.
Yeah. Clown show. Judge, thanks for being here. Thank you for all you're doing. And everybody go to Judging Freedom if you want to. Who you got coming up, Judge?
Two of your absolute favorites, and they both are big admirers of you personally and of the Trends Journal. Colonel Douglas McGregor and Phil Giraldi. I love the two of them so much. I inadvertently said on air Phil McGregor, and the chatters corrected me immediately. Judge, it's two different people.
Well, your articles are published in the Trends Journal this week, and I've published Phil Giraldi's articles. What that guy writes, holy boy, nobody puts it out like he does.
He is fearless.
Yep.
Fearless.
So thanks a lot, Judge. And we'll see you next week.
He asks today, did Donald Trump suddenly discover Christianity? Obviously tongue-in-cheek, but he's about to unload on Trump at 3:00 this afternoon. Pleasure, Gerald. Thank you so much.
Thank you.